Real. All right, all right, all right. Let me just share this over here. All right, let me just share this over here. All right, I'm gonna set this right here. Y'all cutting into my nap. Y'all cutting into my nap time. Shadow Company, what's going on, man? So I wanna address something, man. So the Tank Davis fight is off. The Tank Davis fight is officially off, right? I've been on social media since the fight was canceled, and I'll be, like I said, I watch everybody. I'm not like these guys that be acting like they're too big to watch certain people, or they act like they don't watch certain people. I watch everybody, and the common thing that I seen is how with this fight being called off, right? Nobody wants to spit the real raw. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to spit the real raw, right? I'm on X, Twitter, whatever it's called, Spaces. You know, Jake Paul did the interview with the big time streamer, and he's fronting on Javante. What everybody else is attempting to do is what I always say. They're attempting to dumb down and program what really happened and what really is going on, right? They're saying because of these charges or the civil lawsuit, Jake Paul called off the fight, right? When in fact, the real reason why he called off the fight is because the tickets aren't selling. And the reason why the tickets aren't selling is it's just a gumbo. Shout out to my brother Gumbo. It's just a gumbo of reasons why the tickets aren't selling. But when you have fake influences with fake influence, you have fake uh social media numbers and all of that, it everything just trickled downhill. For the longest of times, I always said that Javante Davis, yes, he was a star, but he wasn't as big as everybody was portraying him to be. And one thing about the PBC machine over there, and they all do it, just not the PBC, they lie. These promotional companies lie, right? But then when you add their lies and then the fans' lies, right? This is what happens. And when Jake Paul, who a guy who has been putting on big events, right? Mike Tyson fight, Katie Taylor, Amanda Soriano, right? When you be putting on those what's the name, these fights, right? You kind of get accustomed to knowing a couple of things. Now, like I said, this fight was moved from Atlanta to Miami, right? From Atlanta to Miami, that was the first, what we like to call, sign like, damn, this fight might not do too good. Because remember when they first announced it, it was going to be an event in Atlanta, but Atlanta shit canned it, right? Then it went down to Miami. And then I think Teofimo Lopez, if I'm not mistaken, he went on the podcast. Shout out to my man Jamel Herron, right? And don't pay him no mind, Shadow Company. He's a troll, bro. He's trying to get me off my square. See, I didn't even acknowledge him. I'll get to him in a second. I ain't even acknowledge him. That's a troll account, man. They don't want me to kick this real raw right here, right? But I think it was Teofimo Lopez. Shout out to him. He was on my guy Jamel Herron's podcast with his homie, and he brought up the fact that the tickets was not selling. I don't box. What I'll do is run down on me like you want to fight, right? Run down on me like you want to fight. If you see me in the streets and come out the bushes, you'll fight for your life. How about that? How about that, right? You know? But back to what I was saying. Teofimo exposed the fact that the tickets wasn't selling. Right? And when the tickets wasn't selling, and then you look, you like, damn, this fight is a little ways away. There's no buzz around it. Then out the blue, the charges come. Well, not even charges. Well, the civil lawsuit. Now, Jake Paul was on the show, and he spoke on the fact that there's a video. The video has not surfaced. I'm pretty sure at some point it's gonna come out. Whoever has this video, they're probably trying to auction it off. You know how the game is played, right? Don't y'all know how the game is played? They're probably trying to auction it off. Damn, I smell like rotten cheese. Nah, actually I don't, man. Actually I don't. I really didn't sweat today that much, man. But when I sweat, I don't smell like rotten cheese, right? But yes, so content creators, boxing guys, insiders, why y'all not talking about the fact that your boy, the face of boxing, has got exposed, man? Nobody was supporting this fight. All of the narratives that you guys be online pushing, right? The brand builders, the influencers, nobody was supporting this fight, man. And see, Jake Paul pulled the plug, man. Tank ain't fumble no $40 million bag. They pulled the plug. They knew they're not gonna make no money, man. They was gonna have to give out a whole bunch of tickets, right? They was betting on people going to this shit, because this shit was an exhibition. It was gonna be a circus, but nobody was into the circus. See, they thought Tank Davis's star power was bigger than what it was. That's why I said they have kind of exposed him, man. They said it was scripted. It was gonna be scripted, Shadow. It was an exhibition. It wasn't no real fight. But they figured that Tank Davis was this superstar, man. Right? The face of boxing. He's the big draw. Everybody wants to fight him. He brings the most money other than Canelo Alvarez. It was Tank Davis. It was supposed to be Tank Davis. But this fight is not, well, it wasn't selling, man. And I think Jake Paul has just exposed the Tank Davis PBC brand, man. Because remember, the PBC had a couple of their fighters on the card. You know? We just watched them shit can the whole show, right? These are facts, man. Let this soak in, man. Let this soak in. They shit canned the whole card. That was their card. The Fondora card, man. Let me make sure y'all can hear me, man. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? I ain't muted or nothing, right? Hold on. No, I'm not muted. But yeah, they could not, you know, they just wasn't, you know, they just wasn't getting it together, man. They just wasn't getting it together. And then, like I said, when they moved it from Atlanta to Miami, that was the first sign right there. Like, damn, this shit ain't what it's gonna be, man. This shit ain't what it's gonna be. But I just feel bad for Tank Davis, man. And it's not about the civil lawsuit or none of that. I just feel bad that his brand is compromised now and exposed. Because listen, fighters have all type of shit that goes on. And I think Raging Babe said it on Twitter, right? The show still goes on. But the fact that this show was canceled just lets you know that they wasn't selling tickets. See, Jake Paul is used to selling tickets now, man. He's used to being the circus. And he thought, man, I got the bigger guy with Tank Davis, like I said. Because the narrative on Tank Davis was that he's the draw. Right? But we just seen that's not what it is. That is not what it is, man. How's the content looking, y'all? Damn, I wanted to give y'all that Q&A, man. I wanted to give y'all that Q&A. You see y'all shared this too, man. I didn't do a live stream all day, all morning, cause I was like, I'm gonna give the guys a chance, man. I'm gonna give these guys a chance, man. Are they still gonna be pushing the same old narratives that don't add up? And yes, they was all day. So that's what they do on YouTube boxing, man. Like I said, most of these influencers. That's why a lot of the content that I was putting out today, I was like, yo, post some influence, man. If you an influencer, show your influence, man. Right? All these influencers, uh, some of them are borderline gatekeeping programmers, agents. Like, no, post your influence, man. The internet is so smoke and mirror. Post your influence. Post content creators copying what you do. That's influence. Post you actually doing things, influencing the youth in the communities. That's influence. Don't doctor the shit up on the internet and make it seem like, that's what everybody does. And now the game is where it's at. That's, what really got me on my shit with this? Hurricane Melissa, man. Because the good people in Jamaica are really struggling, man. And I'm like, where is the aid at? Where are all these influencers, right? Where they at now, man? It's a whole country. Maybe they're not doing it because it's black people. You understand what I'm saying? It's black, so they don't want to do it. But where are the influencers at now? Because Jamaica's shot. It's shot over there. People are looting. It's a lot going on. People are. Good thing that country is warm, right? But there's people with nothing. They need to set up some tents. They need to do a lot, man. They need to do a lot. But that's neither here nor there. Maybe I'll cover that at some point at the desk again. But I'm on my boxing shit, man. Because all these fake boxing influences, they're not talking about the fact that Tank Davis's brand is exposed now. Because Jake Paul pulled the plug, man. He pulled the plug over a civil lawsuit. The man wasn't arrested. He was not charged with nothing. It's a civil lawsuit, right? There's allegations out there, supposedly videos, like he said on Aiden Ross, right? But the show still goes on, man. You pulled the plug because you realize now that Tank Davis ain't this big draw. You thought you was gonna almost get the same effect as a Mike Tyson when you fought Mike Tyson. But that did not happen. And you're looking like, see, one thing about Jake Paul and his partners, they're real promoters. They like, nah, we not taking no loss. Said, and all you guys that sat online and be like running around as content creators, fake insiders, fake influencers, always was pushing the Tank Davis line like he makes all this money. He makes all this money, right? Tank exposed himself, man. I'm gonna tell you when he exposed himself, right? Because shout out to Cousin Bud. I call him Terrence Jones. He's a Jones, man. Terrence Crawford really exposed all these niggas, man. If you know the business and the logistics, like a lot of y'all sit online, but I get it though, because if you don't have no job, right? I don't listen to niggas with no jobs, man. A nigga that don't got no job, that want to talk business and structured and running company, I'll be like, nigga, if you don't sit your bum broke ass down somewhere, nigga, you trying to talk about $1 million business in boxing, you can't even hold down a fucking 9 to 5, nigga. How you gonna talk about $1 million structures and all that? But yeah, Terrence Jones, aka Bud Crawford, exposed them, right? Because when Bud started touching that Arab paper, and these guys always tried to front on Bud, and not for nothing, this ain't a pocket watch and live stream, but I'm giving you guys the information, because these guys don't give the information. They give it now because they see me speaking on it, and they try to, doctor it up, fancy it up. But Bud always was touching M's with Top Rank. Bob Arum told us this. That's why he was so mad. He like, oh, the money I spent giving Terrence guaranteed fights, I could have built a house in Beverly Hills. So that led you to believe and tell you, if you pay attention and you really follow the logistics of boxing, Bud was touching M's, right? But you let these guys tell it, Charlo, Earl, all these guys over there, they was making way more money than him. Way more money than him. Bud wasn't getting paid. But see, what really started, once Bud knocked off Spence, and he had Turkey Al-Sheikh, right? And these guys over there, their money was already kind of funny, if you know. Then it really dried up. These niggas was in their feelings, man. Remember Tank Davis was on X? Him and Bud had a little back and forth. He was kind of mad because they knew that whole narrative that Bud is not getting the bag no more wasn't working. And the ones that really wasn't getting the bag was them. So what he tried to do was, right, the Lamont Roach fight, they had that fight. He kind of a lackluster performance, right? So what he tried to do was, he tried to get with Jake Paul, right? That was always their play because they knew what was coming. They knew Terrence and Canelo was going to fight. But what they did not bank on was that Terrence was going to defeat Canelo. They knew he was going to get the Canelo fight. And they figured, oh, he's cashing out. But now he cashed Canelo out. So Terrence is all the way up. Now these guys are all the way what? Exposed. Remember, they did not want to do business with Turkey. They didn't want to do business with Turkey, remember? Turkey was been trying to get Tank to fight Devin and Shakur and all these guys. But they didn't want to do business with Turkey. Now what's next for Tank? Are any of these guys talking about that, man? Are any of these guys talking about that, man? Look, I've been on for 17 minutes talking a little bit of boxing, man. Are any of these guys talking about that, man? What's next for Tank Davis now, man? Look, let me tell you something. I watched The Boxing Voice, right? I don't know who the caller was, right? This nigga said the dumbest shit. And I do know this. Ness did not correct him. And Ness, you know better than that. You are somebody who is an insider. I will never front on Ness. Ness is an actual insider. Right? His channel has strong credibility. People do leak him information, things of that nature. But he sat up here and let this guy, right? Wait, maybe was it? No, it wasn't this. It was somebody else. But this is how you know niggas is dumb. Let me retract that. I apologize. It wasn't the Box Book. It was another platform I seen this on. These niggas who's supposed to know the game said that, Tank now is going to fight Lamont Roach instead of Pitbull Cruz. And I said, they can't do that. You guys supposed to know the game. Tank cannot do that. Just because he got exposed and kicked to the curb with Jake Paul, he can't say, fuck that, I'm going to fight Lamont Roach now. Pitbull Cruz, you can't take the fight. They have a bonding contract agreement. Pitbull will have to get paid. Or, check this out, they could do this. They could fake an injury. They could do that. Tom, what's going on, good brother? Salute. I'm just giving a little sauce on this Tank Davis, how he got exposed, man. Tank has got exposed, man. The brand. He let them expose his brand. Now he's not a draw like that, man. And then they pulled the plug on him. They pulled the plug on him, Tom. They pulled the plug on him. That's all we talking about right now. I didn't come on all day. All day I didn't come on. Because I said I'm going to knock this one out in the whip. Right? I'm going to talk a little boxing in the whip. I put out a lot of content. Right? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Right? Tank Davis fight got canceled, man. All over a civil lawsuit. Right? Did he get locked up? He didn't get locked up, right? But you see these guys online. Now you're talking about, yo, he could fight Pitbull. I mean, he could fight Lamont Rhodes. Nah, he can't. That's a lawsuit, man. Pitbull Cruz and Lamont Rhodes have a bonding agreement. The only way that can happen, they got to fake an injury or something. They got to fake an injury. But let me tell you this, if they do that, right, doesn't that expose them? Right? I'm just saying, right? Look, I'm saying it exposes them like this, right? If Tank Davis isn't a backup opponent, right? That would expose them because why would you do that, right? When you want to build the rematch up, promote it from the ground up, market it from the ground up, right? Especially if he's such a big star. Are y'all catching this, man? Are y'all catching this? Hopefully y'all catching this. 5 of y'all in the building. I'm just eating a couple of seeds, man. Right? Giving y'all a little bit of boxing, man. Giving y'all a little bit of boxing. But man, Jake Paul got that brother looking crazy, man. Damn. Yo, it's a big fight coming up this weekend. Y'all like, what do you mean? Ain't no big fight. To me, it is. You know why? I'm waiting till some of y'all come up in here. The reason why it's a big fight to me is Nicholas Flores. That is the guy that beat Jihad Tucker. That they gave the victory to in Ohio. You know, Jihad Tucker has a loss. He also has a draw. But Nicholas Flores is the guy that they said defeated him in Ohio. And I watched a lot of content creators, same content creators that's on here that are supposed to be analysts and experts, right? They really think Jihad lost that fight, right? But this guy is set to fight Tiger Johnson, I think. Let's say the 4th, Saturday, on Pro Box down there in Florida. So I said a big fight. It's a big fight for me. Shout out to Tiger Johnson. Shout out to Tiger Johnson. Tiger Johnson is campaigning that welterweight. And look, you know what they was trying to do, right? They really, but Two Tone said something, and I was like, damn, that's crazy, right? But Top Rank got plans for Brian Norman Jr., right? They got plans for him, man. That's their champion, all right? They want to keep him in-house with Rohan Polanco and Tiger Johnson and those guys over there, man. But Devin Haney is trying to ruin all that, man, in a couple weeks, man. So this is going to be, like I said, somebody's going to get exposed, man. Somebody's going to get exposed. But I'm eager to see that fight Saturday. I'm looking forward to that, man. Tiger Johnson and Nicholas Flores. I think Tiger's going to beat him. He could beat him, right? Because I don't think he beat Jihad, man. I was there. I was right there. I was so mad because I knew what they did. I knew what they did. This boxing game is dirty. That probably was one of Jihad's roughest years, man. As a professional, I see what they did, man. He came off of um, arguably one of his better performances of his career when he knocked off at the time the undefeated. I think he's like Eastern European, big strong, big strong dude in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And then they killed his confidence. They rattled Jihad's confidence because they gave him a loss. All right, and he really did not earn. And then they attempted to throw him away. See, I speak on these things now. Then they attempted to throw him away. They put him in there with Francisco Varone in Florida, right? And he beat the dog shit out of Francisco Varone. And they gave him a draw, right? And then he came back the following year, and he's been running it up ever since. But I just think that, the people over there, they don't like him. And it shows. They don't like him for whatever reason. Maybe it's his team. Maybe it's the people around him. Right? But whoever he has upset, they making it hard for him. Right? But a lot of y'all won't relate to that or understand that. Like I said, y'all not even on that type of time when it comes to boxing, man. But yeah, I'm eager to see this Tiger Johnson fight, man. I'm eager. But sticking with boxing, right? Yo, shout out to Richard Hitchison, man. Richard Hitchison was on that same podcast, right? And I think he broke the code, man. Right? He was on the podcast. And shout out to my guy Jamel Herring and his partner. He talked about Brian Norman Jr. Now, a lot of you super fans and program fans can't relate. Right? But what he was saying about Brian Norman Jr., now this is somebody who has been in the ring with him and shared the ring with him, shared the ring with both of those guys. He said that Brian Norman Jr. isn't on Devin's level. Like Devin is going to outbox him and box his head off. Now, that right there fucked the game up. Because Brian Norman Sr. has been parading around. Not parading around. He basically be on two, and I say this respectfully, chitlin circuit platforms, man. Talking his shit. Right? And Wilson kind of said that Brian Norman was not like that, man. Now, a lot of fans, I don't know, it might be on Twitter. Let me check Twitter. Let me go on Twitter so y'all can hear it. I think I might have seen it on Twitter. All right? Appreciate the likes. There we go, 6 likes. Let's get the likes up to 10, man. I'm talking boxing right now, man. I don't really be doing these, man. But I'm talking boxing right now. All right? You're going to have to bring it back for the Tank Davis, man. If you came here for Tank Davis, y'all missed that segment. You putting all this work for these little ass seeds, man. Y'all missed that segment. I'm not going to revisit that. But let me see if I can find Africa's I thought I followed Africa, man. Is his name Africa? Does he go by Africa? So I got to get more. You know what it is? I'm not active on X and O. I thought I followed him, man. I guess I don't. I know I followed Jamel Herring though. Maybe I could find it on Jamel Herring's joint. Yes, here is this it? Yes, here it is. Wait, nah, this ain't it. Damn. Right here, here it goes. Listen. All right, I'll wait till I get a couple of y'all up there.
Dominic Worthington, this trainer, had brung up the sparring. How?
I'm gonna wait. Dominic, what's good, man? All right, so this is Africa. Richard Hitchison on Brian Norman Jr., man. You know, you watch all these guys that supposed to know boxing, but here's an actual fighter, world champion fighter, who has shared the ring with him. Let's get his, what's the name? While I sip on this bigger cola. Bigger. That is a rich cola. Bigger cola. But let's listen to.
How Dominic Worthington.
The sparring was like he's not on my level. Like he was not on my level. He was strong. He was strong. You tell he was strong and with natural ability, quick reaction. But like as far as like boxing skill, like it was not. I didn't get out the ring. It was like it wasn't a puzzle to me. It was nothing to find out. I mean, you could tell he's one of them guys in the gym that's like, you know, Atlanta, Georgia is not a really big boxing city. Brian Norman is not a guy I really heard about in the amateurs. You could tell he's a dedicated guy to his craft with the good natural abilities. But when it comes to like the pedigree that I got with, you know, being in the Olympics, being around guys like Shakur since a young kid, fighting guys like Boots and Gary, and it was just a whole different level. Like you could tell he's just not on that level.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it you see it in the previous fights, and you're gonna see it in November. Like I'm not, you know,
yeah,
obviously people know I got a lot.
Hold on, I gotta stop it, man. Damn. He said you seen it in the previous fights. Well, if you come on social media and you listen to these content creators, these influencers that can't show you no influence, they speak to another song, man. But this is a guy. Like I said, he's been in there with a who's who. That's what he had to say, man. You heard? That's what he had to say. He said Brian Norman Jr. is not like that, man. He said he's not like that, man. He said he's strong, right? To me, there was nothing that he said that was disrespectful, right? And I'm going to tell you why. And that's why I played it, and I'm doing a reaction to it, right? Because when you listen to him, he gave him his flowers. Now, the only thing that you might say is disrespectful is what he said about Atlanta and fighters not coming up out of there and stuff like that. But you get people that will tell you that too. That's why I said I don't think it was that disrespectful. Like he said, he did not say the man was not a good fighter. He just said levels, right? I think a lot of times that's what hurts people's feelings in this, man. And it also hurts the fans' feelings that don't understand levels of fighting and what they're watching. But he said that he's not on that level. So that's why I said November 22nd, somebody's going to get exposed. We'll find out. Because Brian Norman, his father, they're very confident. All right? They're confident that they are on that level and that they're going to expose Devin Haney. But Devin Haney is saying that he's going to put on a master boxing class. And I think they're confident in that, man. Because that goes to why they took the fight. Right? But if you listen to social media, a lot of people think Devin's going to get knocked out. All right? And Brian Norman's just going to knock him out, man. That's why it's good to have these fights, man. Let's do a quick time check. Look, I've been on for 35 minutes. Is it time to get out of here yet? No, I got a little bit more time. But let's let Richie finish.
Hey,
Right,
you
right.
feel me? But I really don't think Brian Norman is on that level. And just because his daddy talking shit, nah, I really gotta tell the truth. Now you can't beat Devin Haney. At first, I was cool with Brian Norman, the junior. I was like, yo, I think you can beat Devin. Now, since your dad talking, I ain't gonna lie, nigga, you can't beat Devin Haney. So you got to shut me up, and I'm betting on you, Devin. So you gotta beat this nigga.
Nah, I mean,
Damn.
Brian Norman been fighting big.
trainer.
Man. Damn, hopefully y'all enjoyed this sauce, man. I did a little bit of boxing, man. Yeah, about 35 minutes. Now, a lot of the guys that claim they don't watch me, they're going to try to run with some of them. By all means, do it, man. Just say my name, man. Say the names. Say the names, man. That's why I don't, me personally, right? I don't mix with a lot of the YouTube boxing shit, man. Because to me, the YouTube boxing shit, there's different categories and levels of just jealous fans, man. Won't you show me that you are a jealous fan? I really can't get down with you, yo. Once you show me that, man. See, like I came in the game as a media marketing agent, so I watch everything. Once I see that you're a jealous internet type of fan, I can't fuck with you like that. Real talk, because you already showed me who you are. I posted something today about a snake. A snake only sheds its skin. Sunflower seeds. Eating some sunflower seeds. A snake only sheds its skin, man. And a lot of content creators, that's what they are. They're snakes. They want to act like they wolves in sheep clothing. You ain't no wolf. You a snake. A lot of you guys are roaches and weasels. A wolf is outdoors, man. You motherfuckers is online snakes. You slither around. You in the bushes. Right? A wolf is outside. A wolf is hunting. A snake is slithering around, man. Motherfuckers like, yo, I'm a wolf. I keep a big gun on me for wolves, man. I'm a wolf killer. I'm a wolf slayer, man. Yo, rest in peace to Prodigy. Yo, that was one of my bars, man. If my boy T-Dog was here, T-Dog could tell you. I used to get the big bars for the hood. Yeah, that was my bars, man. Yo, Prodigy said, right? Any song or rap lyric that I can relate to, when I hear niggas spit it, I get the chills. That nigga's P, rest in peace to P, man. P said, I don't got none of my shit on because I'm at work. But that nigga P said, I keep my jewels up to date with the ice, you dig? I keep a big gun on me to dead a nigga quick. I said, oh, shit. Yo, when I heard him spit that, I said, damn, P. I said, damn, P. I can fuck with that. Yo, he was spitting that sauce language. That nigga said, I keep a big gun on me to dead a nigga quick. What happened to my eye right here? Right here? That's a war scar, man. See, we wear our scars with a badge of honor. Right here. You see it? That's a war scar. I'm a warlord, man. You know, yo, niggas sit online and chitter chat about me. Well, yo, tell them to tell the real about blah blah. Blah blah got stripes, man. Blah blah got stripes. That's a war scar right there, man. You know, we rock our shit with badges of honor out here. But yeah, P said, I keep a big gun on me to dead a nigga quick. To dead a nigga quick, man. Rest in peace to Prodigy, man. Prodigy was hard, man. And if you know, Prodigy's a little nigga. Have you ever really met Prodigy in real life? Not a big dude in size and stature. But he was really like that. All right? But yes, Brian Norman Jr., we're going to find out if he's like that, man. Shout out to Africa. I know Africa's like that. I've been in the gym and watched Africa spar. That's why, see, a lot of people listen to me, but they don't want to give me my flowers, right? I was telling dude, I said, nah, man. Africa can fight, man. Africa's a world-class fighter, man. He just might not have the knockouts and the power, but he's a world-class fighter, man. So y'all might want to listen to what he was saying. That's why I said I don't think he was hating. Because if you listen to what he said about Brian Norman Jr., he did not say he's a bum, a cab driver, nothing of the such. He just said there's levels. There's levels. And see, a lot of you fans don't understand that shit, man. Because all you do is sit online and engage in fandoms. Right? Fandoms. Well, like I said, I don't think he disrespected him at all. Right? I'll play it one more time. I got a little bit of time left. I'll play it one more time. He did not disrespect him at all.
Trainer had brung up the sparring. How dominant were you in
The sparring was like he was not on my level. Like he was not on my level. He was strong. He was strong. You tell you strong and with natural ability, quick reaction. But like as far as like boxing skill, like it was not. I didn't get out the ring. It was like it wasn't a puzzle to me. It was nothing to find out. I mean, you could tell he's one of them guys in the gym that's like, you know, Atlanta, Georgia's not a really big boxing city. Brian Norman's not a guy I really heard about in the amateurs. You could tell he's a dedicated guy to his craft with the good natural abilities. But when it comes to like the pedigree,
you see that? He's not dissing him. You see what he said? He's dedicated to his craft. He's giving him his flowers, man. He's just saying that he's not on that level. He's just saying he's not on that level. We're going to find out, though, man. We're going to find out, man. I can't wait. It's the countdown to what's today, the 5th? Today's the 5th, right? It's today the 5th, right? It's today.
Pedigree that I got with, you know, being in the Olympics, being around guys like Shakur since a young kid, fighting guys like Boots and Gary, and it was just a whole different level. Like you could tell he's just not on that level. I mean, you see it you see it in the previous fights, and you're gonna see it in November.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. You know, obviously people know I got a lot to say about Devin Haney. Right. You feel me? But I really don't think Brian Norman is on that level, and just because his daddy talking shit, I really gotta tell the truth. Now you can't beat Devin Haney.
Damn.
At first I was cool with Brian Norman, the junior. I was like, yo, I think you can beat Devin. Now since your dad talking, I ain't gonna lie, nigga, you can't beat Devin Haney.
Damn. So he might be a little biased, right? We're gonna find out, though, man. We're gonna find out, man. What is today? Is today the 5th? Yeah, today's. Oh man, that fight is Friday night. We got a fight on Friday night, man. Tiger Johnson, man. Tiger Johnson was up Friday night, man. But I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. I'll probably be back on later at the gym. I ain't gonna stay. I don't stay on that long at the gym no more, man. You know what I mean? But I'll be at the gym this evening. You know what I mean? Yo, today felt like a Monday, but it's not. It's actually hump day. It did feel like a Monday, though, man. Because, you know, we was off yesterday. We was off. But definitely tap in with the content, you know. Share the content. Right? And if you notice, like this was, I gave y'all a good boxing live, right? I don't really do these like that. Because I'm trying to get it out of that cluster. Because the boxing team, like I said, it's a cluster, man. It's a lot of fans At a program. They be on jealous time. They be in content competitions. Right? That shit crazy to me, man. How you in a boxing? How you in a boxing content competition, man? Well, you gotta do beyond that, man. They be on that, man. They be in secret competition. Maybe I'll keep the live going, y'all. What you think? Y'all, should I keep the live going? Should I keep it going and get my hour in? Should I keep it going? Call it, man. Y'all can call it. If y'all say yes, I'll keep the live going. Cause I really didn't stream today. I really didn't stream today. Yeah, that new DNA, that shit hard. That's the hashtag too, y'all. Never been outside. Yo, never been outside. He killed. Yo, Jay Mills went off on that, man. He kind of got up in DNA on that one. Never been outside. That's a hard joint. Never been outside, man. I'ma stay on, y'all. You know what? I'll stay on. Cause like I said, I didn't do no streaming today, man. So I'll stay on for the ride home. Let me go clock out. All right, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna throw on my executive frames real quick, man. These is my executives, man, so I can look cool. I look real cool with these on, man. Put it in the comment section, man. Put it in the comment section. Let me put my seatbelt on. I throw my executive clear frames on right now. Put it in the comment section, man. Y'all got a comment? Right? Put it in the comment section, man. Heading home now, man. I'm tired. Maybe look, I got a small window, but I still got a lot of shit to edit. But I was like, damn, maybe I'll do another live stream at the desk. But I got some content I got to get out, man. I didn't get it all out. I want to get out some of those topics, man. You know? The Hurricane Melissa shit. Because right now, look, the jig is up, man. You see a lot of people is starting to voice their opinion like, yo, this shit was man-made. It was a big play to destroy the land of Jamaica for 2030. You know, they want Jamaica to be digital, a rich land, country, black land and country, resources. They want to strip that shit down and make it digital. Yeah. Yo, good thing I was with my boy today, man. I left all my IDs home. Literally. All my shit is in my jacket, man. I thought I had like one of my debit cards on me. None. Zilch. Damn, it's a lot of traffic out here. What's going on, y'all? Smash that like button, man. You know, we get to the motion over here. We heading home now, though. We heading home. Yeah, maybe I'll do something with this live stream tomorrow. I don't know. I gotta see. I gotta see what they talking about. If I see motherfuckers trying to run with me, I'll definitely slice this one up too. I'll slice this one up because I gave out some nuggets in regards to Tank Davis. I gave out some nuggets, man. It looked like it want to rain, man. It got real dark out here, man. Let me see if I could do a quick interview real quick, man. They gonna let me over? They don't even want to let me in. Try to do a quick interview, man. Be a lot of traffic, always going to Huntington. Damn, dude. I was going to let you over, but you tried to be too aggressive. If you wasn't so aggressive, I was going to let you in. Well, you came too aggressive. Once you came real aggressive, he was mad aggressive trying to merge into traffic. Now, you know, I'm a truck driver, heavy equipment operator. I picked that up early. Like, yo, dude, you too aggressive. Why you so aggressive? Why you so aggressive? What's that about? I'll give y'all an hour? Damn. I'll give y'all the hour, then I'm shutting this down. And maybe I'll jump back on at the crib. If y'all cool with that. Man, the new Tahoes are fire. Seen the new Tahoes? Tahoes hold their value too. It's a good truck. Chevy, GMC, they hold value. I put y'all here for the ride. Look, I'll let y'all see the ride. This phone is so low though. It'd be hard for y'all to see. So yeah, y'all don't get the real eye. If I leave it right there, y'all can get a little bit of a glimpse. Give y'all a glimpse of the road. Show y'all what it looks like to be on the road, man. See what it looks like to be on the road, man. See, we move around here, man. I'm gonna give y'all a good hour, and shut it down, right? This is real life streaming right here, man. I was telling my boy, I was like, yo, it felt like a Monday. Because we was off yesterday. So in all actuality, it's Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday. It gets dark hella early too, man. Remember the time went back. Got right in front of him. Yes, sir. Somebody's car broke down. That sucks, man. Damn. That gotta be a fucked up feeling to be stranded on the parkway. That's not it. That is not it. See, I don't got a bad commute, man. My other commute used to be a lot longer. I had to go all the way down the parkway. This isn't so bad. I'm gonna take this. Yeah, I'll take it. This isn't so bad. The light should have turned, man. Why the light ain't changed? Come on. Green. I don't want to come to a stop. There we go. Almost home now, y'all. I'm still gonna take the back roads though. If I get into the crib at a decent time, I'll jump on. Cause I could kill two birds with one stone. I could do some editing. What y'all think, man? I got my hour in, y'all. I'm about to wrap the live stream up, man. I'm about to wrap the live stream up, man. Oh man, all these cars over here. I'm gonna wrap the live stream up, y'all. But hopefully y'all enjoyed the Source, man. Source experience, man. You know, you do have options.